This time it ain't a game, yeah. MJ with the 6 rings, yeah. Y'all better switch out your plays, yeah. On fire with the little flame, yeah.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Mike, and this is the variety show. And first off, I would like to say thank you for all those that pretty much gave me wishes to feel better. I want to thank y'all for supporting me, and I am feeling a lot better. My voice still isn't 100%. I can't really talk as loud as I want to, so yeah, my voice isn't strong, but the show must go on like Freddie Mercury. Okay, so today I am going to review NXT Worlds Collide, Saturday, January 25th, and tomorrow will be the Royal Rumble. So this video is gonna be split up into half. First, I'm gonna talk about NXT as a whole and NXT World Collide. In the second half, I am going to give my predictions on the Royal Rumble because I am very, 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 very excited for the Royal Rumble. So yeah, let's talk about NXT as a whole. NXT is great. So first of all, before I start talking about this is all my opinions, and I know how hardcore the NXT crowd is. So yeah, NXT is great, but it does have its problems. And I'm going to talk about problems that NXT have. Now, NXT is mostly booked on work rate. Work rate, which is nothing wrong with that because you can go to Japan, All Japan, and that's all they have in All Japan. But also the Japanese is wacky in their own way too. However, in wrestling, this is why Vince McMahon is one of the greatest wrestling bookers of all time, because he built his shows on a variety show. You got your comedy act, you had your cruiserweights, you had your women, you have comedy, and you have angles, you have segments, you have skits. This is why WWE has survived for this long. NXT doesn't really have this. Excuse me. NXT doesn't really have this. And another thing NXT doesn't have is the lack of promos. I do think that NXT, I'm not gonna say they're bad promos, but they aren't good promos, if that makes sense. For example, Keith Lee cut a promo and it was okay, but it was missing the intensity. Just watch, for example, the greatest promos of all time: Dusty Rhodes, The Rock, Hogan, Austin. These guys pretty much gravitated people to the screen, and you're not really getting money drawing promos in NXT. And I think that's something that needs to improve. You have phenomenal talent, Walter, which I will talk about because I love Walter. You have Johnny Garganos. He's small, but he fits for NXT. But let's be honest, he's gonna get buried on the main roster. A lot of these guys going to get buried on the main roster. But yeah. But yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. Like, even AEW has a variety show. They have their comedy act and things in that nature. And I think NXT really needs to do that. So now let's start talking about NXT Worlds Collide. Now, this was an incredible show. It was at the Toyota Center in Houston. And, man, okay. I didn't watch the pre-show match, so I'm not going to talk about it, but another thing, most of the guys on this show I didn't really know, so I'm going to be butchering a lot of people's names. But I'm going to start off with the opener match, Finn Balor versus Dragonova, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. This was a very incredible opener. You had work rate. Finn Balor is he's an amazing heel. Right now, I think he's a great heel, and yeah, he defeated Dragonova with the coup de grace. Then he hit him with the 1916, and 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match. So after this, you had an interview with the grizzled young veterans and the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. And another thing, I think they should have waited to do the Dusty Classics because most of the tag teams wasn't over, so it's not going to be effective because everybody know Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle will win. Everybody knows that. So yeah. Next you have the Fatal 4-Way match. Jordan Deville. Devin won the match. Now, this was a 205, and you had some NXT cruiserweights. Wait, no, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't really care about this match. It was just, it had a lot of cool spots in this Fatal 4-Way match, but overall, I didn't really care about it. But the next match was the DIY. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano's defeated the Mustache Mountains. Now, this was an incredible tag team match, and it was just an incredible tag team match. Now, excuse me, the next match, Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm. Now, man, Toni Storm is attractive to me. I don't know, she's doing something for me with that. She a white girl with a nice booty. What can I say? But Rhea Ripley defeated Toni Storm. Now, this was actually good booking because the match was built as if Toni Storm defeated Rhea Ripley so many times. She was undefeated against Rhea Ripley. In this match, Rhea Ripley was able to overthrow Toni Storm. Even though I thought the match was a little, the ending was a little anticlimactic, but however, I still think it was a good match. But I was focusing on Toni Storm, so yeah. So also, I cannot wait for Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. I love Bianca Belair. I think she's incredible mic skills. She's so different, so unique. And hopefully it's and I see it's gonna be a great match at NXT Portland, Oregon. So now we get to our main event of this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now okay, the Imperial versus the Undisputed Era. Now, is it me, but is Walter the only one that is over and the Imperial? Like, he's the big guy. I love Walter. Walter is an incredible worker. They really did him dirty at Survivor Series, but let's not talk about that. Let's focus on this match. This match was insane. You had one of the members of the Imperial taken out, so it was a 3-on-1. It was a 3-on-4 advantage for the Undisputed Era, and you had Walter just going in and just dominating. He was protected. He was protected. He went through a table, got back up, and won the match for his team. And Imperial won the match. Now, the way this was booked is that the Imperial had a great run, a great 2019 in NXT UK, and Undisputed Era had a great year in just NXT. So they put these two together and they put them in an 8-man tag, which I thought was incredible, good booking, and the finish was just awesome. Walter won with a power bomb pin. I think it was who did he pin? It was Roderick Strong, I believe, or Bobby Fish, one of them. But yeah, pretty good match. Definitely worth it. Now let's move on to the second half of this video, and I'm about to get my predictions and my thoughts on the Royal Rumble 2020. Now, everybody noticed I am very, very excited for the Royal Rumble. And let me get my thoughts on each match. So, Raw's Women's Champion, Becky Lynch is going to win. Everybody knows Becky will win the match and retain her champion. That's what I'm going with. The Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans, I don't really care about this feud. I can honestly care less. But the whole storyline going into this match, I think it's kind of rushed, but the whole storyline going into this match is that Sasha and Becky Lynch is kind of was pretty much mocking Lacey Evans and her daughter, and Lacey Evans, like a mother would do, retaliated, and that's how the feud started. I can care less about the Falls Count Anywhere match, Roman Reigns and King Corbin. I can care less. I can care less for the Sheamus versus Shorty G. I can care less. The Fiend versus Bray Wyatt. Now, it has been reported that that Bray Wyatt is going to have a long run with the Universal Champion, and they're going to have to build. I honestly think they're going to have to build someone up to take on Bray Wyatt. I don't know who it's going to be. It could be the person that wins the Rumble. It could be. But also, who knows? It could be he could have a title to the end of 2020, as far as we know, because that's their plans for the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Now let's talk about the Rumbles. Now first, ladies first. So let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble match. Not a lot of hype going into the Women's Royal Rumble. It's more hype going into the Men's Rumble. But here's the thing with the Women's Royal Rumble. There's two people that I feel are going to win. I think Sasha Banks will be a surprise win if she does win the Royal Rumble, because I think it will be a great feud if she turned on Becky and chase after the title against Becky. Also, another great win, Royal Rumble win. I'm going with Shayna Baszler. And the reason why I'm going with her is because she had a very long run as the NXT Women's Champion, and I think she's well protected and got a lot of momentum behind her to have a surprise win at the Women's Rumble, and she will go against Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch definitely needs more contenders to to chase after her belt. That's pretty much my thoughts for the Royal Rumble. It could be some surprise entries in the Women's Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair, I hope she's in a Rumble. My girl Bianca Belair. She's not my girl. She's well, she's my girl, but she don't know it yet. But yeah. Let's talk about the Men's Rumble, which is part of the reason why I'm so excited. Brock Lesnar is starting as number one. So for the first time in a long time, he is gonna be in a ring for a pretty long time. He's gonna work a very long time. So they're gonna have to clear the ring a bunch of times, which is fine with me. You get to have Brock Lesnar interact with so many different superstars that he normally doesn't react with. John Morrison, Ricochet, R-Truth, Drew McIntyre. The list go on and on and on. Also, it's gonna be funny watching Paul Heyman react every time when it looks like Brock Lesnar is in trouble. So it's gonna be a pretty fun and wacky Rumble. Also, to win the Royal Rumble, now I'm hearing it's a lot of rumors going into this match. Edge gonna return. I'm hearing that Mark Henry is in Houston. It's reported to be in Houston. Undertaker's in Houston. Michelle McCool is in Houston. So who knows? We might get the Undertaker. So be careful for number 3. I'm pretty sure number 3 will be a surprise entry. I'm hearing Cain Velasquez gonna be in a Rumble. I don't want to see Cain Velasquez, and if he is, don't eliminate Brock Lesnar because Cain Velasquez is not over to me. Also, I don't want to see Roman win the Royal Rumble. I don't think he's ready. I know WWE still want him to be the main guy, but he's not ready to be the main guy. He had so many terrible feuds, especially with Bray Wyatt. Baron Corbin. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Drew McIntyre will honestly be a great win. They could push him to be the Royal Rumble winner. Aleister Black will be a nice entry. Or who knows? We might get someone from NXT to win the men's Royal Rumble. I'd love to see Walter win the Royal Rumble and give him like a monster push because Walter is over. He is over. They buried him at Survivor Series, but I ain't gonna say bury him, but they mistreated him in Survivor Series. But give him that. I might say him win. But yeah, guys, that will do it. Give me your predictions for the Royal Rumble. Any thoughts about the Royal Rumble, men's or women? Let's discuss it in the comment section. But yeah, guys, that will do it for this video. I'll see y'all tomorrow as we review the Rumble. And yeah. Oh, Lana is in the Rumble, so I can care less. I don't like the feud with Lana, Rusev, and Bobby Lashley, but y'all already know. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.